They arrived in Finstaffen in 1886. The first guy that came to Finstaffen was Reverend Fleer. He's from Bavaria, Germany. And he came there as a Lutheran missionary. And the Catholics were working up in North New Guinea, that's towards East Sepik and West Sepik provinces. Whereas the Lutherans, he's the first Lutheran that settled in Finstaffen, which is in the middle of the northern part of East New Guinea. And the southern part of New Guinea was then Papua, which was known as Papua, and was controlled by the British at that time. But they, after the Second World War, they gave it to Australia to run it. And they controlled from that. That's where the Colonials and Missionaries then went to Papua. They went just about 70 years before the Lutherans came to New Guinea, Northern New Guinea. And the Catholics were about the same time. So they were early. And they came in as London Missionary Society. The government didn't care. They just carried on with the business and all that. But the missionaries were able to climb on the colonial boat and advance to New Guinea. And that's why they colonized the other part of West Papua, was controlled by the Dutch. And the northeast was controlled by Germans, and the southern part was controlled by the British. So they actually broke up that main island of New Guinea into three parts before the World War I. And then the British were controlling both of them. They put them together as on the eastern side. They put them as trust territory. New Guinea was trusted territory with Papua. They were jointly controlled by Australia. But they were two separate countries. And the western part was controlled by Dutch. Then after the war, the Indonesians wanted independence, the War of Independence. So the Dutch had to leave. And that's how the Indonesians colonized the western part of Papua. And now they kept it as, and they called it West Irian, sometimes they call it Irian Jaya. They got different names, just name it to control the resources and things in that part of New Guinea. Whereas I belong to the eastern part of New Guinea, and that's where the German missionaries came to us. And our first missionaries came there about 1923, so sometime before they really civilized those natives. The good thing is that they didn't eat the missionaries. They were still eating people when the missionaries came, but they don't just eat people for the fun of it. They eat them to show the progress, that they were the warriors. They don't just kill people and eat them. They kill them for a purpose. And if the warrior is a strong warrior, then they eat him to prove that they're stronger than him and that he's in the stomach. They are the ones that are controlling him and his tribe. But for the white men, they were a bit curious because white man is strange to them. He's not a black guy, so they could have attacked him and seeing that he's from a different tribe. They thought he was strange because they had the belief about afterlife, and so the white man was like the angels or somebody that coming back to them. And so they were lucky. They survived the cannibalism in that area. So I met this guy. He's an old guy, and Bukawa had about 5 different big tribes. And in that, this particular guy was from another village, and he was telling about he tested the cannibal when they were doing killing people and eating them. So they're killing some tribe people, and they brought him, and he was very young. So he tested the meat, and I asked, how does it taste? And he said, it's very nice. He said, it's like any other game. That you take, but it's a bit tingy. It's a bit tingy type. So he said it's hard to tell. It's not the same like other animals. It's a different. And then when you eat it, you know that you're eating a human being, and so it's a different type of feeling when you eat it. And he tested it, and he said it was all right. So those are the stories about cannibalism and the missionaries, colonialism that came to New Guinea in the 1920s. Up to 1965, and then self-governing came in. That was when self-governing came in. In 1975, we got independence. PNG got independence, and now they're 46 years now after that.